6. They can go here to sell their handicrafts, but some of them, they visit to stay for a few months, weeks, or just a few nights, depending on how long they want to. After that, they go back at the mountains. That's 200 kilometers away from here. Malayo po talaga siya. So, this is a livelihood program. Yes, sir? Ano po yun, sir?
They walk.
They walk, yes, before, but now they have access to our land transportation. So, again, this is a livelihood program because we noticed that their cultures are slowly disappearing, nawawala because of the modernization. Exposed sila. So, with this program, we help them, we encourage them, and also they share here their traditions and the rich cultures. So, sige mama, yun, pabili na ba ito? Pakihawakan daw po, ma'am. Pwede nyo siyang amuyin, pwede nyo picturean, pwede nyo gawin ng kahit ano, huwag nyo lang ibulsa. And so, that's one of their most important traditional product. They call that bagtik. Bagtik is a sap or a resin from almasiga tree. A large tree that can only be found in the mountains of Palawan at least 2,000 feet above sea level. This is the main ingredient in making our paints. Nail polish, if you have nail polish, yun na po yun. Especially the varnish and fiberglass. And this is a flammable resin. Pwede siyang pang-papoy. Ayan, so this is their native backpack. She said it's called bucket where they put the bagtik. If it is full, they just simply tie the back so that the products won't fall. She said if it is heavy, no problem. They have the head support to carry more weight. Ay, hindi na siya nagbubuhat ng ganito. Pero yung kalalakihan, usually talaga nagbubuhat. Yung iba sa mga kababaihan nagbubuhat din. Imagine, they can carry from 15 kilos to 30 kilos of this bagtik. From up in the mountains, they bring it down and they travel far to bring that here. We have an example in their house. Aside from the bucket in bagtik, they are music lovers. That's why we have their musical instruments. This is a hollow wood that they carve. On top is an animal skin. They call this gimbal. Their native drum. So, aside from this gimbal, we have this one they call agong, the larger one. The smaller ones are called sanang. If you hear the echoes of the agong in the mountains, that means they are communicating with the spirits of their ancestors. So, they will play all of this. Sige, mami, basal nyo. They will play all of this. They call this basal. Basal. Sige, mami. Sige, sanang. Salamat or thank you is magsupor.
Magsupor.
Nag-expect kayo na sumayaw po, no? So, here, they don't dance to entertain because tribal dances are rituals, which means sacred. They only dance when they have ritual occasions like good harvest, weddings, prayers, and other occasions. All night long, the women and children dance. And then the men, they play the instruments. So aside from that, they have their two-string guitar. They have their two-string guitar already because before the arrival of the modern guitar in the Philippines, the 6 strings, they already have the two-string guitar we call kudyapi or kudungan. Kudyapi is considered one of our first guitar in the Philippines. Sige mama, hanggan po natin. Ano tawag din naman? Boget? So, sabi niya tawag din boget. Yung music nila, mostly related to nature. That's why it's called boget or bird song. They have another instrument. That instrument is holding po is a piece of a wild palm. On top, they put beeswax to adjust the sound. They call it aroding. Using their mouth, they can create an amazing sound. Aroding din yung... Ayun, sige. Dalawa. So So let's hear them play the aroding. Okay, that's the aroding. Magsukor.
Score.
Yan. So, mas maganda yun pakinggan in the mountains, they play that all together yan. Lahat. Kasi syempre, mas masaya talaga pag mas marami din. Aside from the instruments, they are hunters. That's why we have their weapons. They're two special spears. They call this ligid and surayang. Surayang is a spear they used to trap. For example, there's a wild pig. They just simply throw this spear. Because of the hooks, it will get stuck to the wild pig's body. So, for example, if it gets stuck there, the target will run. This metal will separate from its handle. There's a possibility it will get stuck to trees or bushes, so the target can no longer run. And they will follow up with this other one to kill that target. This is called ligid. Surayang to trap, ligid for follow-up kill. This other spear, by the way, the ligid, is over hundreds of years old spear from their ancestors, handed down to them generation after generation. So which means this is a talagang over hundreds of years old spear and proof that they had the barter trading from other countries long time ago. And this is not for hunting animals. And by that, I think you know what I mean. Pero don't worry, they don't use this to humans anymore. Don't worry. And we also have their blow darts because during the rainy season, it's part of their diet. They had birds, squirrels, and other animals. But before that, they have a technique they used to imitate or copy the sounds of birds. Campios. Campios. That's the verb whistle. If the target is visible, they will use their blow darts. Let's look at their drawing pick. They want you to be out.
Wow! Wow!
Basic daw, basic. Ayun, everyone who wants to volunteer as next target? Jason. Jason. Nag-mention agad. Just kidding. Jay, right. Ayun, so, to everyone, according to the tribes, they can hit much farther than that. Imagine 30 meters, they can still hit farther than that. Because here in the Philippines,
Come on, Lord. Show your talent. Show your skill.
They don't use bow and arrows. In their dialect, they
You sure
call
you
that
don't want to?
sopukan.
Jason will be
In
your
Tagalog,
target.
we call that sumpit. It's made
Sumpit.
of two bamboos. The other one is inside to make it stronger. So they can really hit accurately. And then that part, 30 meters or mahigit pa.
Sumpit, laman munggo.
Alin po?
Sumpit. Laman munggo. We use that in Cavite.
Okay. In other ano po,
City
other parts of the
province.
Philippines. Yes, in some provinces they use other different ano po yan,
Yep.
na bala. Sa kanila po ay talagang bamboo rin siya, ritaso. But they use a bigger dart. In the mountains when they hunt wild pigs, they use a bigger dart right there on the frame. Those darts are for wild pigs and it has poison. So that's why nakalagay sa frame so the children won't play those darts. Play with those darts. Kasi it's really effective to humans also, the poison that they make. If they accidentally hurt themselves with that or us, goodbye. There is still no antidote to the poison they make. That's why they don't share that to us. And that's why it's right there. Sealed siya. Kasi para hindi mawala. Alin po yun? Paulit po.
Baka nandyan daw po sa taas yung driver ng motor, nakatato po kasi sa gitna ng parking area.
Sino po yun? Alin motor po? Sino po yung may motor sa inyo? Motor sa
Kaya lang pa, ano na lang, Ate Mimi,
Wala po.
matunog kasi araw, parating na po.
Wala po dito guys. Wala pong may ano po, may may-ari ng motor po dito.
Motor ng tubig.
Dahil po po.
And so, wala po. Ayan. Okay, continue tayo. So, again, the blow darts, they still use that. But here, we discourage them in hunting because our hunting ground is limited. We now have animals that are endangered. So with this program, we help them and we give them this donation box, just additional for them so they have money to buy their needs at the market. They have income from the handicrafts they sell. Those blow darts, the bird whistle, and some other handicrafts, they sell that on the souvenir shop. Maniwala kayo sa hindi, binibenta po nila yan. Meron kayong mapipili na blow darts. So, pero yung walang lason po yan. Maman, paapoy maman. Pagpakita niyo po yung pagpapaapoy back in the mountains, they use three simple materials to make fire. Ha? Matagal ko, hindi ko pa kaya eh. Alam ko na rin yung pagpapaapoy nila pero hindi po talaga ako mabilis magpaapoy sa kanila. Sa kanila ganun lang kadalasan yan. Three simple materials. Alam natin kadalasan flintstone and metal. They have a third material they use. Did you see that? We just a few strikes now we have the smoke. All he need is to put that on dried leaves to make fire. That's what they call santikan or it means to strike or friction. Sa bundok, yung mga kabataan po yan at least 10 years old, they already know how to do that. It's part of their survival. At a young age, sinasanay nila. So, mas mabilis nila sa lighter kasi ginaganon lang nila. Yung sa atin may baon pa, may panguwi pa yan. So, yung dahon na. Wow! That's really amazing!
Amazing!
This is their native torch or light up in the mountains. They call this salong. It's not just a torch or light. This torch is also for aromatherapy because it smells good. It's okay, it's fine because they're used to do that po yan. Back in the mountains, sometimes they use their hands. So try to smell the torch. It's for aromatherapy din kasi nga aromatic ang amoy niya.
Ang bango.
Mama, wala na ako. There you go. Hey. Mahirap yan. So, this torch smells like incense, kamangyan, for most of our, it's like some religious events na pauso. So, it's just a resin of a wild fig tree and they cover it with leaves of a palm tree. They sell this torch also at the souvenir shop. Pwede nyo siyang bilhin ng coffee. So, now, if you want to know more information on how this all started, we have more at the back, more information. So, that's all for our cultural sharing. Magsupor. Again, the way to say thank you is magsupor.
Magsupor.
Now, if you want to take picture with the tribes, I'll give you time to take picture with the tribes and their pet. They have a pet, it's a python, but that's optional. If you want the python, they will bring that out. If you don't want to, you can just take picture with the tribes without the snake.
Yan, sabihin mo ba yun?
Okay, so first sa group niyo, sir. 7